tensions are also flaring up on this side of the border, as in Jerusalem. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant taking the podium tonight, talking unity, but essentially talking disunity with Netanyahu. Let's take a listen.
The security challenges facing us prove that everyone must bear the burden, all sectors of the people.
Here's the thing. The government has to bring before the Knesset a law formally exempting all the Haredim from service by April.
Yeah.
Now, Gallant has to bring that law as the defense minister. He clearly is uncomfortable with it. The viewers should understand the situation, and it will sound like inside baseball, but I'll try to make it simple and clear. And the impact is that it could bring down a government,
right,
and could lead to incredible mayhem in Israel. Almost a quarter of the draft age Jewish males in Israel do not serve because of an informal exemption given to those who are studying religion in yeshivas. Now, this started out at the beginning of the state with 400 exemptions to true sages who would keep the flame of the Torah going. Menachem Begin in '77 extended it to anyone in a yeshiva. Because of the phenomenal growth of the sector with 7 children per family, we've now reached the point where pretty soon half the 18-year-olds in Israel will be studying Torah instead of going to the army. And this
so now it's a quarter, and soon it will be a half.
It may be untenable, and the arguments that the sector's leadership gives for this really do boil the blood.
But let's do
that Torah study is more important than the army for national security.
I think that Gallant was tiptoeing around this point quite elegantly, saying it's not this or that. Both are important. And yet, it is impossible to conceive this at this point in time. Listen, war, etc.
Yes, but here's what's actually happening is that the leadership of the Haredi community says not only is it as important, but it's more important. So important that it cannot be delayed for even a few years.
Yeah.
And as a result of this, non-Haredi Israelis now will have to serve 3 months or more in the reserves because the Haredim are studying Torah all day, and let me tell you, not all of them are really studying Torah all day. And more than this, the exemption, in order for it to last, requires them to stay in the yeshivot, and so they do not work.
Yeah.
And as a result, Haredi men have the lowest labor participation of any sector in Israel other than Arab women, around 50%. And many of those jobs are fictitious in the bloated Haredi bureaucracy. It's insane, and it's going to come to a head.
But the political bottom line here is that it could very well break down the government because Netanyahu relies on the ultra-Orthodox, and Gallant is marking a clear red line for Netanyahu here.
He's basically saying you may have to let your government collapse because the right wing in Israel has never once had a majority without the Haredi parties. And the Haredim told him yesterday, if you want to keep your government, keep Gallant in line. And this may really reach a boiling point.